In today's FX markets, let's take a look at the Australian dollar as it's rebounding some today. Australian dollar coming off the lowest close in 7 weeks in the previous session. The trade higher by about 1/3% today, showing a little bit relative strength when you look at it relative to the other major FX markets. Slightly higher as far as percentage-wise today, although we are seeing most of the major FX markets, at least today, finding a little bit of strength after recent selling pressure. And the Australian dollar currently priced at 0.653, which is up about 1/3% on the day. And looking at the driving factors, there's several things I think influencing the markets. Number one, the U.S. dollar taking a bit of a breather today, and I think that that's helping as we're seeing most of the major FX markets higher on the session. Couple that with discussions coming out of China, People's Bank of China potentially offering a stimulus package to jumpstart the economy. It continues to struggle. And I think that storyline is, at least for the short term, helping the Australian dollar due to proximity, as well as the RBA. Now, the RBA had their minutes come out recently, and they basically indicated that they don't see any further tightening at this point, but they certainly are not expecting to be cutting anytime soon as well. And when you look at the RBA and as far as central banks and the Fed, the expectations are that they might be one of the last ones to potentially cut this year. So I think that that's another factor helping to support the buck here as we see some higher price action today. And looking at the general trends, as the markets have realized some selling pressure here, the Australian dollar did trade down and close at the lowest level since February 13th. And we're also seeing that price action in other major FX markets with the euro and the British pound coming off of the recent lows, which also pretty much correspond with the low levels in the middle of February in the previous session. Finding some higher price action today, but when you look at the Australian dollar, it's up more so than the other major FX markets in today's price action.